Hi, Roger at Weathering Heights. This is the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. This will be about the rest of today, Thursday through Wednesday, through the 21st of January. Well, we have some fast-moving weather systems ahead. We'll be seeing an Arctic front. This will be followed by some colder, higher pressure that'll build in for Saturday, bringing us a fair weather day, good project weather day. But again, Arctic chill with below zero readings. Then a storm system will be moving up the eastern seaboard. This is associated with a southern jet stream energy that will evolve eventually and take a track, unfortunately, inland and across interior portions of New England. And this is problematic for us because it'll bring us a shot of rain and warm temperatures aloft and at surface. This will be taking place late this weekend into Monday. And this storm is fraught with gradient wind gusts, potentially some minor ice and glazing. Not a utility issue, more a travel issue. And a shot of copious rains. That'll also be a travel issue and not so much a utility issue, and it does look like quieter weather will follow. The current conditions right now, we're seeing below zero readings of this morning being pushed out with a rapid rise in temperature. This is the last of this area of higher pressure begins to exit our region. Okay, looking at the daily weather map here every 6 hours, more trusted computer modeling here. This is valid this Thursday morning. This is this Thursday afternoon. An area of higher pressure departs. We even have a little sort of mini area of low pressure that will pull away from us from the Gulf of Maine, and that did bring Cape Cod a little bit of snow earlier on, and the system exits our region. But notice up to the north and west of Vermont, this is an Arctic front. This is an area of low pressure tracking through Quebec, and it will bring us an Arctic front with some gusty winds on the backside and, of course, another colder shot of air working in very rapidly. A lot of fast-moving parts here. This will eventually lead to potentially a little bit of gusty winds. I'm thinking below thresholds for gradient winds. Some of our local mountaintops could see wind gusts approach 40 miles per hour, however. Something we'll monitor for tomorrow, Friday afternoon. It does not look like it's going to be a big deal. I wouldn't worry too much about that for utilities. However, that cold, gusty wind will lower those wind chills. Eventually, we'll see that area of higher pressure, 1031 millibars, begin to set up across the region. This will bring us a real nice Saturday, but boy, is that ever short-lived. That area of higher pressure starts to weaken and pull off to the east of us. It opens the door for the next weather system. The northern branch of the jet stream will phase with the southern branch and then spin up an area of low pressure, which will then track north and northeast. Is a problematic direction for us because it crosses into interior New England. This is how the storm is going to evolve. It looks like vicinity of Delaware, Delmarva Peninsula, and it tracks basically inland. Copious amounts of precipitation are indicated. These are 6-hour amounts. So you can see it definitely picks up a plume of subtropical moisture and winds that up with 989 millibars, looks like centered over northern Maryland as early as about 1 o'clock in the morning Sunday night, Monday morning. And then that weather system then does fall apart a bit. It moves on through with a shot of rain Monday morning, and then it dry slots. And we're looking at the backside of that weather system, bringing us mainly some gusty winds and some potential for upslope snows along the western slopes of the Green Mountains. Again, not so much of a utility issue. If this track stays this way, it will bring us a warm shot, and the transition day will be really Sunday afternoon into Sunday night and Monday. By Monday, temperatures will be in the 40s. Looking a little bit further down the road, we do have another weather system we'll take a look at here quickly. And this one looks like it powers up a lot of jet stream energy coming in from Mexico across the Gulf coastal states. And then this system is, we're talking about 10 days out, but something we'll have to watch. This evolves into a much more healthy weather system, but even the modeling even 12 hours earlier seems to indicate that this system is a little bit more suspect down the road. Of course, that's way down the road. Fairly low confidence past about day 5 at this point. And here's a quick look at the GFS ensemble model. Now, you might notice that not a whole lot of precipitation showing up right now. This is half inch of precip, 1.5, and so forth. But we do, some of the computer modeling is just now beginning to pick this up down the road here. This would be a strand of rain, some freezing rain. So we do have the first indications of the GFS starting to see what the European model is showing. Accumulated precipitation, this is the 7-day total, is a little bit more healthy now after going through a dry stretch, 1.5 inches across southern Vermont, the Adirondacks. And you can see that, well, one of the storm tracks is definitely going to be up and down the eastern seaboard. Looking at temperatures nationally, a major warm-up is taking place across the west, and that is now spread into central parts of the United States, and we'll make a delivery here as we get into that portion of Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and Monday. That will be here. But the weighted temperatures right now running just a little bit below normal north of the Great Lakes, and eventually all of that will change. About 3 days later, this is what the Water Prediction Center has indicated. A little bit of cold air hanging tough across parts of Canada and running about neutral, weighted out with your max anomaly temperatures. These temperature fields have a little bit of low confidence right now, but we are looking at temperatures getting up into the 20s this afternoon, Thursday afternoon, and not as cold tonight. Temperature maxes out early, and then that Arctic front during the day on Friday will allow a pretty good temperature fall. This will set us up for below zero readings once again. Again, this is centered on Montpelier. Then a rise in temperature from that point on, and looks like we're going to get really passing the 30s and probably into the 40s per the European model, and then colder weather on the back side of it, but not as cold as it has been. It does look like a lot of the Arctic air off to the north of us has been depleted a little bit, so we're not anticipating temperatures to be as cold. And this is latest WRF 4-kilometer model inside ballpark here. You can see the departing weather system off to the south and east of Maine, and that system pulls away. Then tonight we do get into this weather system here. This is the Arctic front. Will that move on through during the morning hours, and it'll be followed by some gusty winds, of course, and some sunshine during the day. And colder temperatures as we get into basically Friday afternoon, Friday night, and especially Saturday morning with Arctic chill. A quick shot of looking at 7-day snowfall, about the most being across the Northeast Kingdom, some of the higher terrain, the standard mountain range, for example. 8 inches having fallen, about 6 inches my location in Worcester, Vermont, and a little bit more evenly distributed across even parts of southern Vermont, 4 inches in some of the highest elevations of the southern Greens, and so forth. Snow depths or snow on the ground, 11 inches at my location, 21 inches at Walden, and 11 inches, 15 inches around Sutton, Vermont, Lake Willoughby country in the Heights. Champlain Valley is showing up really about an inch, and some spots you get closer to the Green Mountains, a little bit more there. Most of the snow is indicated east of the Green Mountains. 10 inches mounts are being reported places like toward Okemo, and same kind of deal up around Stratford and certainly the Killington-Pico region. Most of the snow, again, a little bit snow depths a little bit higher east of the Green Mountains. So quickly recapping, this is that weather system we'll have to take a close eye, keep an eye open on, and there'll be numerous heads up concerning this. And right now, it does not look like a big deal for utilities, but something we're going to have to watch and monitor. First issue would be some gusty gradient winds, followed by then some glazing. It does look like temperatures warm up on Sunday afternoon sufficiently to reduce any kind of glazing effects, but we'll have to watch that for Sunday night. Wet snow loading issues are pretty much out of the question, as that's going to be a problem for more or less parts of New York, mainly central and western New York as it looks right now, maybe the western Adirondack Mountains, depending on the track of this storm. If the track moves east, we'll have to keep a close eye on it as well, but that would favor just plain old snow, I think, for Vermont if it was a coastal type track into the Gulf of Maine. Currently, it is not being projected that way. This is going to be a little bit problematic, a little bit hectic, but right now it doesn't look like a huge deal for utilities. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.